Hello and welcome back to another Magic Arena video here from Tormod's Crypt. Tonight, I'm continuing the mill train that I've been on for a while. So we just had pre-release this weekend, and I got my ass handed to me from a mill deck that I thought was really cool. Specifically, the 4 of the Merfolk Secretkeeper here, where you can play Venture Deeper as the sorcery descended on the adventure, and it mills your opponent 4. Or yourself if you're looking to self-mill, and then it's a 0/4 blocker for 1 when it comes back from adventure. So it's a really cool card. I want to pair it with Overwhelmed Apprentice, which is an uncommon from Throne of Eldraine. It's a 1/2 for 1 blue, and when it enters the battlefield, each opponent puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard, and then we scry 2, so that's good. Wall of Lost Thoughts, back from Ravnica Allegiance, 0/4 defender, and when it enters the battlefield, target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard, and 3 Drowned Secrets, which is the whenever you cast a blue spell, mill 2. So when I tested this deck out just before, I managed to have 2 of these in my opening hand, and 2 of these in my opening hand. So turn 2 was Drowned Secrets, turn 3 was Drowned Secrets, turn 4 was Wall of Lost Thoughts, and then Wall of Lost Thoughts. So on turn 4, I milled 4 when I cast the first one, and then another 4. So that was 8. And then I milled 4 more, and another 4 more when I cast the second one. So I milled 16 cards on turn 4, which was awesome. My opponent was not happy. I don't know if this is going to stay in here or not. I'm just going to see how it works. So Drown in the Loch. This one, more so than the counterspell, I'm looking for destroy target creature with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of cards in its controller's graveyard. We just need to be careful how we run that with Ashiok in this deck, since Ashiok does exile that graveyard after the mill takes place. 4 Thought Erasure just to kind of get in and pick around the hand. 2 Tyrant Scorns for bounce or removal. Murderous Rider. This I have more so for the adventure. Swift End, destroy target creature or planeswalker. You lose 2 life. You know, I'm just looking for some spot removal there, and then it does have lifelink. And the nice thing is you can keep recycling it, because when it dies, it goes to the bottom of its owner's library. So that's nice too. 3 Thief of Sanity for evasion and being able to steal some more stuff from our opponent's deck, and then also put whatever we don't take into exile. Thought Collapse, just a counterspell that mills 3. Obviously, Ashiok's in here, you know, mill 4, and then exile the graveyard. And then spells and abilities your opponents control cannot, they don't cause their controller to search their library. Bond of Insight, this just lets us get some cards back that we need, and also mills us and our opponent. Ritual of Soot's a little bit of a board wipe for small stuff. And then Enter the God Eternals helps us by gaining life, destroying bigger stuff, and then amassing and milling at the same time. The mana base is pretty straightforward. 8 Island, 8 Swamp, 4 Dismal Backwater, and 4 Watery Grave. So we've got the Dismal Backwater in here because it allows us to tap for blue and black, and it is a tap land like a Guild Gate, but at least we get the benefit of gaining a life from it. So that is the base of this first Eldraine build that I'm going with right now. I have no idea, you know, how much it's going to work. It's a big work in progress. It's not supposed to be competitive by any means. It's just, you know, blue-black mill. It's a ton of fun to play and annoy people with, but, you know, that's probably about all it's good for. So let's jump in, take a look, and see how this thing... Alright, Rescuro. Let's see if I can irritate the shit out of you. Don't like this hand. It's got nothing that we want to start doing with this deck in it, and I like this one way better. And I think what we're going to do here is let's just get rid of the Thought Collapse. We'll keep the mana because we need it. So we're going to go here, and we are going to cast the Adventure. We're going to mill our opponent for 4. They're playing blue-white. Get rid of a Fairy Miscreant, a Hypnotic Sprite, Rally of Wings, and a Mystic Sanctuary. Opponent goes with the Healyhawk. We'll go with an island here. And then we'll go with the Well of Lost Thoughts. Mill him again. Some more land, Spectral Sailor, and another Fairy Miscreant. We'll be able to eat that Healyhawk with our Thief of Sanity. So Empyrean Eagle, you know, things like that we don't really want to see, because that can kill our Thief when we can't eat it. Not till we get removal, at least. So again, I really have no idea what to expect from this. It's just built to be absolutely obnoxious. So we'll see. Now we could go with the Thief of Sanity here, or we could go with a Thought Erasure and then cast the Secretkeeper. So I think we're going to go with the Thought Erasure. Get in that hand, see what we can pull out. I don't want my opponent to be able to draw, and I want more land. So let's go like this, and then let's just cast this guy. I doubt there's going to be anything on the ground that Secretkeeper is going to be able to block in this deck, but that's fine. There's a Sailor. Alright, so we will go with the Watery Grave, and we will let that enter tapped. Opponent's only got 3 power on the board, so Ashiok can live another turn. So I'm actually going to get Ashiok out here. And we're going to hit him again. There we go. I just saw one Empyrean Eagle go. So we'll get that going. No attacks. We'll pass the turn. We'll go with the Thief next turn, depending on what we draw here. I'm assuming that Executioner is going to come out, but, you know, not knowing what the other 2 cards are. Okay. Fairy Vandal. Oh, boy. Yeah, we really need some removal here, don't we? That's going to enter tapped. We'll just throw the Thief of Sanity out there. Might as well turn this on. Pass the turn. See, this is where this deck really starts to slow down. We don't have any sort of removal to speak of, which is a total bummer. A Ritual of Soot would be great, because we could hit the Vandal, the Fae, the Empyrean Eagle, the Spectral Sailor. Yeah, I mean, everything but the Sephara, right? So that would be most excellent. We're just going to take it all here. That Eagle's really got to go. Ritual of Soot is basically the only thing that's going to save us here. And we didn't get it. So we're going to get out of that one. Well, there's a Drowned Secrets, and a Thought Erasure, and an Enter the God Eternals. So we'll keep this. Alright, well, look at that. We can get this out and mill right away. And Drowned Secrets next turn. And we can scry as well. So we milled their land. We'll keep one of those on top. And actually, you know what? If this is a mono red deck, we might be able to get in. And they might eat one. They might actually eat some spells too. So I kind of want to keep them. Just to see what's going to happen. Yeah, we're definitely playing mono red. If we milled two, this is definitely mono red. So we're going to get that out. I'm glad we have the God Eternals too, because clearly, you know, they're not playing anything small right now. Ah, all right, the Spitfire. So, what do I want to do here? I think we're going to go with the Thought Erasure first. Milling for 2. Yeah, get rid of one of the shocks. Ooh, Murderous Rider, perfect. We'll pass because I don't want the Apprentice to die yet. Unless they're gonna shock it, then go for it. Okay, so that'll pump up their Spitfire. They'll get us for 6 this turn. Immolation Shaman and a Mountain exiled from light up the stage. I don't even remember what this card does. It activates the ability of an artifact, creature, or land that isn't a mana ability. It deals 1 damage to that player. Okay, whatever. So we're going to send you on an adventure here. Because I don't want to screw around with this crap. And then we'll pass turn. Excellent. I will absolutely take that. So we'll pay 2 life here, because I am going to God Eternals this thing. Mill you for 6, and then I'll gain more life. Oh, good, we got rid of a Cavalcade. Definitely didn't need that kind of shenanigans going on here. Alright, we got somebody to scoop. Nice. They're not a fan. Alright, Yaren. Let's see what we can do here. So 3 land. Overwhelmed Apprentice, Ashiok, Bond of Insight, Murderous Rider. Sure, I'll keep this hand. See how it goes. There's nothing I can do turn 2, so I think I'm just going to Dismal Backwater here. Gain a life right away. Because the Watery Grave, if something happens, at least I leave the option up for myself. I don't have an option with the Dismal Backwater. There's a Gilded Goose right off the bat. So yeah, we'll go Watery Grave here. Enters tapped. Go with the Apprentice. Mill for 2. Then we'll Scry 2. And we will keep... Yeah, we'll keep both of those, actually. Maybe I should have reversed the order, but that's okay. I don't know that I want to do... Well, Ritual of Soot's a 4-drop, I think. Right? Yeah, so it wouldn't matter. Turn 3. So we'll Ashiok instead, actually. What does this do again? Whenever you sacrifice a food, you may pay 1. If you do, look at the top of cards of your library. Permanent, put it in your hand. Okay. Just making sure I remember what exactly that did. Still trying to learn and remember what everything in Eldraine does. And then this guy taps to either add a mana of any color or create a food token. So they'll Cauldron Familiar us here, which is fine. Let's just throw out an island. And then let's send our Murderous Rider on an adventure to kill their goose. And then we're going to swing in with our Overwhelmed Apprentice. All right. So there's a Leyline Prowler, Death Touch and Lifelink, and I believe, oh no, it's a 3-drop. So you know what? Let's wipe the board, ourselves included. Get all that crap out of here. Alright, so their Cauldron Familiar comes back. I forgot that thing's got to get exiled. Alright, what do we want to do here? Let's Bond of Insight. And then let's get a God Eternals and a Ritual of Soot. So there's a sorcery for more food. Create a food token, and then it's what, a 1/3. Yeah, that's it. So we're really struggling here for land, and I don't like that very much. Oh, they're going to scoop. I was going to Ritual here anyway. Opponent didn't like the matchup. So I would have Ritual of Soot there and kind of just gone through just to see what happens. But I'll... Underworld 80. Yeah, I'll take that. No Drowned Secrets, but I like the Thought Erasure and the Wall, as well as the Ashiok. Thought Collapses, whatever. Oh boy, look at that. Combustion in the opening hand. Do you think we're playing mono red, or do you think we're playing mono red? So anytime I target or anything, anytime I target my opponent or anything they control, I'm taking 2 damage. So let's take 2 damage here. Get rid of that field. Yeah, I thought they were going to do that. At least get another counter on it. Unless they were keeping it for something. So before they can really go off with the Steamkin, we're just going to kill it right away. We're going to take another 2 damage ourselves, but that's fine. Thank you. So I'm gonna get the Murderous Rider out here actually because it does have lifelink. So if I can use that, I will, because we're already down to 11. Unless there's a lava coil or something coming up here. Oh, opponent passes the turn there. So I think I'm gonna Ashiok here, and then we'll cast a wall. So Ashiok takes a shock. Take quite a bit there ourselves. But at least we'll get 2 of it back with a lifelink from the knight. There's 12 in exile, 2 in their hand, 40 in the... Oh my god. Now we're taking 4. Our whole deck strategy is going out the window here. We'll let that enter tapped. That's the thing about mill, right? Target player. So. Yeah, we'll cast it now from adventure. And then move to combat. Get in here like this, and we'll end turn. We'll Thought Collapse that. And mill him. So that targets the spell, not the opponent, which is great. Get 2 more life back here. I'm gonna start to gamble here, but I don't want them to get what they need. Claim the Firstborn. I love that card. Played that in pre-release the other night too, and it was a ton of fun. 28 in the library, 24 in exile. I could use another Murderous Rider just for extra lifelink, or an Enter the God Eternals, and I could just kill one of my own creatures. It's fine if you want to do that. I've got blockers for days. Cool, so we'll gain a life. Move to combat. Swing with the rider. Pick up 2 more life here. I don't want to lose another 8. I don't know what they're going to draw here. Or, sorry, not another 8, but another 4. Do we do it? take a gamble, I guess. And we'll see. We're going to take 4 here. Well, we got rid of some good stuff. So we'll end the turn, because we're not going to kill ourselves. Or make the opponent try to kill us. What do we got? 22 in the library yet. 5 in the graveyard, 1 in the hand, 24 in exile. They are going to light up the stage. There's a frenzy that they can't cast this turn. No, they could. Nope. If they, oh no, they would have had to discard it to recast the what you call it. This really sucks. These draws are not good for us, basically at all here. Yeah, and I mean, do we take the life? Oh, I already skipped it. Oops. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Hopefully they drew like a mountain here, although I don't know. I don't know what I want them to draw here. We're in a pretty sticky spot. Those Ley Lines of Combustion really screwed us. So now they're just flying through playing cards off the top of their library. Yeah, this is where this deck really takes off now. That Frenzy was a bummer, especially with the Steamkin on the board. We just didn't get any removal. I mean, we just drew so much land. Opponent thinking, and passing the turn. That doesn't help us at all. What do they have in their library? 16. Now it's just a war of attrition and a war of who has a better top deck. Hoping they drew a mountain and there's a mountain on top of their deck, which is the only way to really shut down that frenzy. But I think our time is about up. Because they'll get us for at least 2 with a Scorched Spitter. We'll block here. We'll block here. And we'll block here. Combat damage will go through, so we'll gain 2 life back. I'm waiting for them to like shock the Murderous Rider or something. Ah, there you go. Any sort of shock, any sort of direct damage now here off the top of the deck is gonna seal our fate. Of course. You know, if it wasn't for the Ley Line of Combustion, we'd have had a pretty solid defense here for mono red. But those Ley Lines of Combustion and the fact that our deck specifically targets the opponent with just about everything we do, you know, targets them or targets something that they have. So unless we get a Ritual of Soot, which doesn't target, we got one. I don't even know what to take with it. Because they all target. Thought Erasure, I guess? I don't know. I can't use it. So we'll Ritual of Soot. I probably should have attacked first. Oops. And we're dead next turn. Maybe I should have just used Ashiok and killed myself. Just to mill the opponent more, but unless they got Mountain sitting on top of their deck. Which I highly doubt is the case. 7 in their library. Yep, there we go. All they need to do is cast one now, and we take the one. Could even be a light up the stage, and it'll finish us off. Or the maximize velocity. Yeah, there you go. There we go. Good game. We came close. Did not really end in our favor, but we came close. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. So an Overwhelmed Apprentice and a Wall of Lost Thoughts. I think I'm going to take these Drown in the Locks out. I don't like them in here. I think there's other stuff we can put in here that's better. I just don't think they fit in this deck. It's not that I don't like the card. I really like the card a lot, actually. But I don't think it necessarily fits what this deck is trying to do very much. I think I forced it in because I liked it. Yeah, we'll keep, I guess. So that's one way we'll have to tweak it. So we'll Island an Apprentice, Mill 2 and Scry 2. I got rid of a Circuitous Root, and there's an Archway Angel. So we already know what our opponent is planning on doing. I'll keep the Swamp. I'll get rid of one and I'll keep one. So we're playing against Gates, because that's the only time you're going to see an Archway Angel. So get the well out, Mill 4 here. Ah, nice. 2 Guild Summits, another Circuitous Root, and then I believe a land. Yeah, so we've already gotten rid of 2 of their Circuitous Roots, and Is it Guildgate, and Archway Angel, and 2 Guild Summits. So I'm very happy with what we're seeing so far. That's going to enter tapped. We're going to hit him, and then we're going to end the turn. So that Drown in the Lock's nice here because they actually have stuff in their graveyard. So if they try to cast anything, another Watery Grave. You know what? Let's do this. Let's Island and let's Bond of Insight. Get a bunch of crap in their graveyard. We'll take a Thought Erasure, and we'll also take an Enter the God Eternals. So we don't have the Drown in the Lock up this turn. If they cast anything, I'm waiting for maybe like a... Well, the Gates of Blaze isn't going to take care of everything. Plaza of Harmony is just a land, right? Yeah. So Gatebreaker Ram here. Yeah, there you go. But we can Scorn it, so that's fine. Well, Watery Grave, enters tapped. Tyrant Scorn. Kill your Ram. And then we'll get in your hand too. Pick out what I don't want you to have. Like this Gates Ablaze. Get in there. Alright. So far so good in this matchup for us. I'm assuming they'll play a land in Guild Summit for sure this turn. They are holding on to a Mortify as well. But I think they might be holding that up for something different. Flame Sleep will work though. Let's pass the turn. Gatebreaker Ram? I don't think so. $36 in the deck. We've got 44. And there's the Mortify. Which is fine. Pass turn. Yeah, see, that's where an Ashiok would have been nice. It's the only way to get rid of those Gate Colossus for good. We're just going to try to disrupt the board a little bit here. Got more Colossus in the graveyard since we milled them, but yeah, there it is. Let's say if they draw a gate, it's all coming back anyway. So that doesn't have trample, but I also don't really care right now. We can afford some damage here. They don't have a hand. So now we're going to get in trouble, right? Not getting an Ashiok is what's going to hurt us here. So we take 16 next turn unless we draw into something decent here. That's not going to work. Yeah. So we're dead. We're just going to scoop it. I'm not going to sit there while they cast the rest of the shit in their hand. Well, they only had one card in their hand, but yeah, so that didn't work out. That's the thing against Gates. If you don't draw an Ashiok and can't exile their graveyard, those Colossuses just keep coming back. Let's get one more in here. And I don't know, I've seen Blue-Black Mill run with Cavalier of Night as well. In fact, I have a build that runs it. I'm actually going to keep, yeah, let's keep this hand. Cavalier of Night, that would help, you know, just thinking of other ways that we can get removal going, and that's another way to do it. Temple of Silence, so black-white, not a gate though. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to pay 2 life, because if nothing else, next turn we can cast Merfolk Secretkeeper twice, send it on an adventure, and then actually put it into play. And that'll allow us to mill 8 next turn. Total. And I have the Ebon Legion. Get a swamp out here. Yeah, sure, let's do that. So we are going to mill you for 4. And Drown Secrets you for 2. Nice. I like what I saw so far. Then we're going to cast you from Adventure, and we're going to mill you for 2 more. There goes a Liliana. Excellent. Bond of Revival is going to suck, though. Alright, Diamond Knight. And what color do they call black? Okay. Well, let's get in here and get the Thought Erasure. Mill you for 2. Get in your hand. I'm actually gonna get rid of the Murderous Rider. I do not want another Drowned Secrets though, because I already have another one in my hand. That does not help us. So we'll pass turn. I think we're gonna go Ashiok next turn. So mana flooded all the other games. Now when I want a little more mana for my Enter the God Eternals, I can't get it, of course. So we're gonna take 3 here. Drew Murderous Rider. Those dummies. You know what? I know I said I was gonna do that, but I think we're gonna go Murderous Rider, and we are going to destroy target creature. We're gonna get rid of this Knight of the Ebon Legion, because we can't find mana to save our lives right now. And a Sir Conrad the Grim. Wow, awesome. What's it like to have mana, opponent? So we're gonna go ahead and mill him 2 here. Get Ashiok out. Ashiok's gonna mill you for a bunch. Exile everything out of your graveyard. Oh my god, I forgot about that card. I forgot what Conrad does. Oops. That was awesome. Death by 1,000 cuts. Suicide by 1,000 cuts. 1,000 unintentional cuts. I can't go out that way. That's Pwappa. Pwappa. Alright, Drowned Secret, Thought Erasure, Tyrant, Scorn, God Eternals, 3 land. We'll take the gamble again here. That's Seb McKinnon art. Oh, so good. We'll lead off with an island. Opponent does the same. Oh, look at that. Are we playing the mirror? Are we going mill here? Is Pwappa playing the same Same sort of thing we are. We kept everything on top. We did Pwappa. Yeah, I want this out early. So they know our strategy now. I wonder if they have the same one. Ooh, Castle Vantress. Alright, first time I've seen that art for Brazen Borrow. Or not that art, but that animation. That's the word I want. So we'll Dismal Backwater. And they're definitely not running straight mill. It might be blue-black fairies. Well, let's find out. We'll get rid of that. Because we have answers for Murderous Rider. And I'm thinking they might be holding it until... Oh, I don't know. They don't even have black mana for it, so... Doesn't matter. But I don't want them to get into our hand. So we are going to prevent that from happening. And we'll do this. Is it worth it? Or do we wait? Well, I don't know. They don't have black. They don't have a black land for it. No, I think I'm going to hang on to it for right now. I mean, 1 damage isn't going to, you know, slowly but surely, right? But I'm going to hold up the Tyrant Scorn here. So they still whiffed on that black mana. So that's fine. We're going to kill it. So we're going to mill him for 2. Kill that thing. So I'm going to pay 2 life, because then I'm going to enter the God Eternals here and gain 4. So we're going to kill that, mill you 4. Mill you 6 total. There we go, got rid of a Davriel. Okay, so if they get the black land, they might go Murderous Rider here to kill it. I mean, there's other ways that they could get rid of it, though. Huh, do they have any black land in this deck? They're not drawing what they need, or they're just playing out all blue. I'm just looking at them, hanging on to that Murderous Rider. That's fine. Scorn is fine. What was this one? Oh, Mystical Dispute. Okay, that's that counter spell. Yeah, we're just gonna pass the turn. I'm hanging on to my Rider too. I'm waiting for that Thought Erasure to come back, though. I mean, if they've got 1, they run more. All right. So they're content to take a turn off. If they leave anything on top here. Okay, so they got something they want. So, excellent. Mill you. Mill you again, and then exile your graveyard. There's another Thought Erasure gone. So that's 2 for sure. 18 in exile, 33 in the library. Pass turn. That's the 1 and 2, yeah. 2 Thought Erasure so far. So they're going to scry again. I wonder if they're... I don't know what they're looking for. I don't know what they could be holding, that they would rather scry a bunch than play. Oh, hang on to that, though. 28 in the library. I'd love for them to actually cast a spell this turn so that we can do something. Because 1 counter spell will mill 5. With the secrets on the board. Come on. What you got? Oh, Gadwick. All right. X is 1, huh? Well, we'll We'll Thought Collapse that Gadwick. Mill you for 2. And Thought Collapse. Get you another 3. Ooh, Liliana. And I saw another Davil as well. Pass, pass. My turn. I'm going to swamp out there. Ashiok again for 4. There's another Thought Erasure. Ooh, and a Sinister Sabotage. I wonder if maybe they've got 1 or 2 of those sabotages in their hand. They're just hanging out on that. So 17 in the deck left. 32 in exile. 6 in the hand. We're getting close, but we need more. We're running out of gas here. 2 Ashiok activations left. 1 blue spell in hand, but the opponent has not played a creature. So we've been unable... Well, we haven't either. Because we could God Eternal's our own creature and then just mill them. But, yeah, we are running out of gas. Another Murderous Rider and that 4th Thought Erasure. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. That was a good get right there. We are happy with that. Okay, that's fine. Raise and Bower around the adventure. Please cast it now, so that I can drown secrets and then enter the God Eternals it. Thank you. Appreciate you. You're tapped out, so you can't do anything about it if you're hanging on to any of your Sinister Sabotages. Ooh, wow, this is going to be a fun turn, huh? We don't quite have enough to do it all, though. But let's do this. And then let's do this. 4 damage to that. Mill you 6. So there's 6 left in the library. We'll activate Ashiok. Opponent says good game. We'll return. 2 in the deck. We'll see if they'll play it out or scoop it. Murderous Rider. That's about what we expected. Well of Lost Thoughts. Wall of Lost Thoughts, sorry, not well. And there it goes. Drown in the Loch was the last card. Go to mill him again. Nothing left to mill. Next. Opponent has to draw to start their turn, and that's the game. There it is. Mill. Boom. It works. So again, it's not going to win you every game, right? But it's a ton of fun. And obviously this build needs some tweaks. Like I said, I'm not sure that Drown in the Loch has a place in here. And maybe what we could do then is get some more of those Merfolks that mill 4 for 1 and then come in as an 0-4 body. They're really, really, really good. I highly suggest in draft, you know, when you're drafting Throne of Eldraine, if you get them, this is like a huge money common, right? Mill 4 for 1 and then cast for a 0-4 body for 1. It's awesome. I mean, it can't block flyers, but that's about all it can't do. You know, it's a huge value card. It is literally the card from Friday night at the pre-release that inspired me to build this deck and make this video. So it's well worth it, right? So I think maybe what I would do is take out the 2 Drown in the Lochs and then get 4 of these in here. You know, add 2 of the Secretkeepers in there, and maybe even with the Well of Lost Thoughts or Wall of Lost Thoughts. I like it, but I might actually cut one of those and add another Apprentice just because I like the being able to scry. So there's definitely some changes that need to be made. You know, this is just the shell I went with first. It's a ton of fun, and you know, if you give it a shot, let me know what you think about it. Until then, that's it for now. So thanks again for